I'm Jerri Lange, and welcome to Oakland Is. We're going to be discussing a very important subject today, and I'm suggesting that you get your pen and pencil and paper out because we're going to be sending a lot of information your way. We're going to be talking about the family support services of the Bay Area, and we have three of the staff here to enlighten us about their positions and jobs and what they do and all the wonderful services that are conducted there. So I'd like to introduce Dorris Mangrum, Amanda Wake, and Alex Atkinson. Right. Welcome to Oakland Is.
Thank you.
I'm very excited when I went through this information on the family services support systems here in the Bay Area. I had no idea that so many things were being done. So I hope before the evening's out here tonight that I would like to find out a little bit more about it and certainly give this information to our viewers, because I know that there are probably a lot of things out here that are available to people that they don't know exist. And so perhaps, Dorris, you can start out by telling us what you do and how the services support the community.
My name, of course, is Dorris Mangrum. I'm Community Relations Manager for Family Support Services of the Bay Area. And I like to think of myself as the ambassador for the agency. I go out and I garner support by participating in community activities, connecting with our chambers, participating in certain committees within the community, so that folks will know about what we do and how they can connect or how they might partner to support our many relative programs throughout the Bay Area.
Well, later on we're going to talk about all the different things that this group is doing, so we'll come again now with Amanda.
Yes, my name is Amanda Wake, and I work for the OREMI Mentoring Program. And our mentoring program is specifically for children of incarcerated parents, and we work with all of Alameda County.
Alex?
Yes, thank you. I'm the Director of Program Operations at FSBA, which means that I have overall responsibility for our kinship program, which serves families where the children are being raised by other than their biological parents, mostly grandparents, but also aunts, uncles, friends, and neighbors. And I also have responsibility for the OREMI mentoring program and our respite program.
Okay, so let's talk about the respite program. I was very excited to hear about that. How does that work?
Well, our respite program is our founding program, if you will. It's been with our organization since we started in 1990. And we provide a break for families who are caring for children with special needs. Those special needs might be developmental disabilities, drug exposure, abused, neglected, HIV-affected children. We provide those services for birth parents, foster parents, relative caregivers such as grandparents, to give them a much-needed break. It helps to relieve the stress in the families. It might help to make better family relationships, and it gives that caregiver an opportunity to go and get refreshed and relax and come back and do the wonderful work that they do. We provide these services throughout Alameda County, Contra Costa County, and San Francisco County.
And San Francisco, the entire Bay Area, really.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, what are the requirements? You have several types of volunteers. Do we want to talk about volunteers and what the requirements are for them, for the different programs?
Okay.
Sure. Well, our primary need is for mentors, and we also have a need for tutors in our youth program. Amanda can speak about the mentors specifically, but for our youth program, we serve our kinship youth aged 9 to 14 Tuesdays and Thursdays after school, and we found that, and the caregivers have told us that their children really need academic help and tutoring help. So we provide academic help and leadership and recreational activities. And it really helps when we get a tutor come in, even if they just come in once a week for an hour to 2 hours and help a child with their math or with their English. And you don't even have to be that skilled in math or English or science, but someone who's there to build a relationship with a young person. And really it's about giving them confidence, helping them know that they can do it, getting them the resources they need to achieve in school.
And the kinship program works kind of beside that program, right? Hand in glove with that program?
Yes, well, our youth program is a part of our kinship program. So the kinship program, we have social workers who provide casework services. We have support groups for the caregivers, and we also provide respite, as Dorris mentioned, for the caregivers, and we also have the youth program.
Wonderful. Well, I think maybe we should talk about the mentoring program, which I understand that Is it OREMI, is it called?
It's called the OREMI Mentoring Program.
And that's from a Yoruba word, I
yes,
understand.
OREMI in Yoruba means like my friend or my confidant.
Okay.
And so that's exactly what we do, is we match children between the ages of 4 and 14 in Alameda County who have a parent in the prison system, and we find them a mentor, a friend, or a confidant, and it makes a huge difference in their lives. We only ask our mentors to spend, at least 1 hour a week with their mentee, which isn't that much time. And most of our mentors spend way more than just an hour a week with their mentee. And it's an amazing thing to watch them grow.
I understand we're going to be looking at a tape here that shows what actually goes on. And where was this taken, in Oakland, or?
Yes, this was in Oakland.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as soon as we get that tape, we're going to run it, and they'll cue me up on that, of course. In the meantime, I want to ask about the difference between the site-based mentor and the mentor office volunteer. There are different requirements for them.
Yes, we primarily have community-based mentors, which means that the mentor goes to the mentee's house usually and picks them up and goes out into the community for a few hours. Our mentors do different things like do homework together, or maybe go to the park, or depending upon their age, go to Fairyland or
and some of the others work out of the office itself. Office duties, more or less, for the mentoring program.
Well, we do have a site-based mentoring program, which is when the mentors come to our office once a week and mentor children there.
Right. Well, then why don't we look at the tape and take a look at that tape now and see exactly what goes on in the office.
The Safety Program, or ARS, is a home-based prevention early intervention program in which families are referred to ARS via Child Protective Services, or CPS, and receive home visits from a social worker. So these are families that have been referred to the hotline because someone has been concerned about some stressors that may be in the family, about some possible abuse or neglect, and the social worker then comes into the home to assist the family with their needs and address some of their stressors.
They automatically think that you are part of CPS, and even though we say it in the in-home assessment, we're not part of CPS, we're a private nonprofit. They still don't understand that part until they get to know us.
In the beginning, they hostile. I'm not welcome to come into my house. But after working there a while, they see my sincere, they feel my care for their family, so they're more open.
Since our services are voluntary, the family can say, I'm not interested in them.
It's a home-based program, so they're visiting the families on a weekly basis. ARS is actually a weekly home visiting program that can last for as long as 9 months. So some of the things that they're working on with the families are just helping the families to meet the basic needs. It can be shelter, clothing, food. But one of the primary focuses of ARS is to really look at and assist the family in the healthy growth and development of their children. So really looking at the strength of the parent-child relationship. So the work may entail talking about parenting, talking about effective parenting, discipline, child development.
They involve a lot of Chinese community because we're teaching them parenting skill. I will provide a support system for them. I will provide a lot of community resource for the family, because in our country, hitting and yelling the kid is nothing wrong about that. But when they come here, it's a totally change. So I need to spend a lot of time to teaching them what is a child abuse law in San Francisco.
In dealing with domestic violence, we usually get restraining orders for our clients, and we actually do the footwork with them. And we have different communities here for the Spanish-speaking clients. Some of them don't speak any English, and so that is very difficult because they don't understand anything, nor can they talk for themselves, nor can they advocate for themselves. And so in going with them, we do all the translation, we help them, we fill out all the paperwork, and we're there to advocate for them.
It's not just a typical case management program where a social worker comes in, identifies needs, and then just connects families. It really is, the social worker becomes a tool in the work, and that they are establishing relationships with the parents, the caregivers, the children, and through that relationship we're able to really help and support families in a different kind of way than maybe another program that is just focusing on the case management. So I think that's one of the things that makes ARS really a unique and special program.
Well, Doris, can you tell us what we just saw here?
Actually, that was a piece on our family preservation program, which we have 3 programs, actually. Family preservation in San Francisco, Another Road to Safety, which serves East Oakland families, and Family Reclaim, which serves Oakland families. That is a program that provides intensive home-based services to families who are at risk, providing parenting services, skills, helping them with that, money management, household management, helping families who are needing homes to find safe, affordable housing, helping connect them with basic needs including food, clothing, diapers if necessary, all of the things that a family needs to be self-sufficient. We work with these families between 6 to 9 months, and when we come out of their homes, we have connected them with resources, hopefully in their literal community, east, north, south, or west Oakland, so that they will be self-sufficient long after FSBA is gone.
That's wonderful. You know, how old is the Family Support Services?
1990. We're in our 18th year of operation.
My goodness.
Yes.
You know, and it's so difficult to get information on all these wonderful programs that are out there.
Yes.
That 18 years.
Well, one of the things we like to think that, well, we like to think that we were a well-kept secret, and now we're moving to change that, and my position as community relations manager is part of that move to get the word out so that we can garner more support throughout the community.
Well, we'll be talking about the ways that we can do that a little bit later. I want to talk about holidays. You know, it's often very difficult for young children who miss their families, and you do have programs for the children during the holidays.
We have a sponsorship program where folks can adopt one of our families or more than one of our families if they wish, and give whatever they wish to, whether it be toys, whether it be clothing, food, whatever that family might need. And so we have had a very successful program throughout the years with holiday gifting. And so if there's someone in the community who wants to do that, they can certainly call our number and be supportive, which we'll do a little bit more.
Yeah, we'll be showing that number on the air. I think the important thing you and I were talking about earlier in the program is people love programs like this because they are, the family is first and foremost at all times.
Absolutely.
And I know that a lot of them don't realize how they personally can help. They can have informational gatherings at their home. They can call your office, I'm sure, and get someone to come out and explain the program.
Absolutely. We will come to you. When I say we will come to you, it might be Amanda. If if it's a person who's interested in being a mentor, who you might speak with about becoming an OREMI mentor. It might be myself if it's about wanting to do support, give support to us, or needing someone to come out to your office location to speak with you one-on-one about the many programs that we have and how you might be a participant. And so we do need one-on-one. We need mentors. We need volunteers. We need money. We need people to come out and just say, help us get the word out so that more people know about the services that we have and will help us to make that connection with the community. As you know, there's now a worldwide plea for mentors, and so that has helped us to gain quite a few. Oprah's talked about it, and everywhere you go, people are talking about the need for mentors, and that has helped, but we still need more.
Well, now, how are you funded primarily?
It varies. Our OREMI mentoring program is a federally funded program. Our respite programs are primarily through the various counties that we serve. And so it just is a variety of federal, state, county monies, as well as individual funds. Individual funds right now are a very small portion of what we receive, but they are critical and important part.
Well, it seems to me that some of the things that we could do as far as marketing this program would be to get the people who would really need these services and don't know that they're out there, and then have them to start these fundraising facilities. You know, in other words, anyone can start a fundraiser.
Absolutely.
And what we want to encourage are letters and people to call in and give us their name, that they can do either have a gathering at their home, or they can start out and send a list for fundraisers.
Absolutely.
And everybody has a list
of
something. And we don't know where these people are, and some of these people need these services.
Call us at 510-834-2443. My personal extension is 3005, and I'd be happy to discuss ways that we might be be able to work with these families or those individuals who may want to help with us. Individuals, groups of people who just come together, it could be families, groups, it doesn't matter. We'll be more than happy to come out and assist you with getting the word out about what we do.
Right. So we'll be showing that number again, and also we'll ask you again to give that number at the end of the program.
Absolutely, not a problem. Thank you.
Now we're going to get back into the mentoring again. Tell me about a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so we're constantly looking for new mentors. Right now we especially need male mentors, and we're very proud because for the first time ever we're actually recruiting female mentees because we have a lot of female mentors right now just waiting to mentor. So we're looking for female mentees and we're looking for male mentors, but even male children or female mentors, you know, they're always welcome to give us a call and learn more about our program and get enrolled. But our program it's really amazing because you can just see the way that the kids really start to change once they're matched with a mentor. And you see increases in their grades, increase in their self-esteem. They're more likely to go to college and less likely to skip school. And they also start to build more trust with their parents and their caregivers. It's just another person looking out for them and keeping track of how they're doing and everything. And it only takes an hour a week.
Do you get much publicity on this program?
We're
in the
trying
newspapers,
to.
magazines, and so forth?
Yeah, we have been featured in a couple newspapers, and we're constantly trying to put our name out there as much as possible because it's a really great program.
I would suggest that, for instance, perhaps you could give me a personal, a human interest story that you personally know about. Yeah. And I know you have loads of them. They're hard to pick from. But if you might tell me about one, these are the kinds of things that you need to send press releases out constantly, and the newspapers will pick them up. Yeah. But you know, a squeaky wheel gets the, you know.
Exactly.
So you got to keep sending your press releases in with these human interest stories, and one day they'll pick up one. Well, this one looks pretty good. So could you give me one or two stories?
Yeah. Well, a great story is that one of our mentors and our mentees worked on the science project for school together, and the parents didn't have to do anything. The caregiver, actually, he lives with his grandmother, and she didn't have to do anything or help at all. And it was just the mentor and the mentee, a great bonding experience, and he ended up winning an award in his science fair. And so that was a great way for him to build his self-esteem and his confidence in school, and also a great bonding experience for the mentor and the mentee.
Oh, wonderful. Well, you have a story?
Well, yeah, I guess I would make a plea and talk about one of our unmatched male mentees. We have actually 20 young boys who are waiting for mentors. And one boy, he's got a lot of energy. He asks us every month for where's my mentor, where's my mentor. He loves to play outdoors. He loves to read. And so if we can just find a gentleman out there who is willing to spend an hour a week with this boy and find out what he likes and also turn him on to what the mentor likes, it really will help broaden the mentor's horizon. And one of our mentors, who's been matched for 18 months, says that the mentoring relationship, he believes, has helped him more than it's helped the mentee. It really has helped him see his life in a whole new light.
Right.
And it's really bridging the gap between communities as well, because some of our mentors become a part of the mentee's family, and vice versa. Some of the mentees have come over for family occasions and events. One of our mentees just went on a trip with his mentor to his mentor's family for 4th of July and had an amazing experience. He said that the mentor said that the mentee was sitting next to his grandmother and having a great conversation with her, holding hands, just the two of them.
Wonderful.
So,
And that's one thing that we lack in this country, that first and third generation getting together. They have so much to really, that both of them grow from that experience. What about you, Doris?
Well, I have so many stories.
I know. You've got them up the gazoo, you know.
Having been with the agency since 1995, I've worked in every division, and I've seen families blossom when I worked in family preservation, from thinking that no one cared when we go into the home and then show them just things that are simple to you and I, things that we take for granted, but someone teaching a mother how to talk to her child and get the same response that maybe having done another way of parenting might have. And so as a result of that, a parent, and we see the growth in the family unit, we see them coming together, we see them enjoying one another, and it's a direct result of the family preservation program and the services that have been provided to that particular family.
Now, how many people would you suggest that come through your program? How about, what's the numbers? Do you have any numbers? I mean, 18 years is a long time, I know, but like a given year. How many people are you servicing here?
Well, in this past year, I mean, in Oakland alone, I would say 1,300, which may be from a phone call to a full case service
That's
and support
incredible.
groups or youth program.
Really?
We have a summer program actually going on now that's funded by the Oakland Fund for Children and Youth that serves 80 children in both East and West Oakland. And so that's, and then our year-round youth program serves 30.
Okay.
But in our kinship casework program, we serve many families. Our respite program, we serve many, many families all over Alameda and Contra Costa counties. And that's just talking about Oakland. San Francisco is a whole other population that we serve.
Right. Well, that's wonderful because that really takes the whole Bay Area into effect, which we don't normally do. You know, people disconnect from San Francisco and Oakland. I wanted to bring in one thing that I think is an ongoing problem, and that is it's a wonderful services that you're doing. We're more or less taking care of those who need care because of the incarcerated individuals. So what can we say about, let me just read some statistics and have you respond to them. There are approximately 2 million people incarcerated in federal penitentiaries, 6 million in the state, city, and county prisons. As a developed nation, the United States dwarfs the rest of the world with prisoners in a modern society. The statistics are that 51% are African Americans, and yet they only represent 10% of the population, which is 300 million. So what I want to say is that's a pretty slippery slope that we're going down, and I'm wondering, what can we do about that? What's being done about that? Because we're talking about treating some of the symptoms that are a result of this, but now we're talking about the cause. And all these prisons are being built, and we just really want to just briefly, is there anything, do you know of anything, that programs that are really reaching out to stop the recidivism that's going on in our prisons?
Well, first, I will say that mentoring has shown that children of incarcerated parents are 7 times more likely to go to prison themselves than children without incarcerated parents. So very directly, if someone wants to make a difference and try to stop the growing prison population, that to be a mentor and to get with a mentee at that point to make sure that that child doesn't go to prison as an adult, that will make a real difference, one person at a time.
Absolutely.
Now, the larger issues of recidivism, there are other agencies who handle those services specifically. Project Choice in Oakland, Center Force, Project Avery are 3 agencies, for example, who really address making sure that when prisoners are released from prison and come back to the community, that they have the supportive services they need to get employment, to get whatever counseling services, to help their family understand how to adjust, how to help their children reconnect with them so that they can live a successful life.
Now, if our viewers want to hear about those programs, they can call your office.
Certainly.
And get all the information. You can tell them where to go.
The 3 agencies I met with, we partner with because we all serve families who are dealing with the prison system.
Well, that sounds wonderful. You know, if you're not doing it, at least you know where it's being done, and that's equally important. And then we're getting the whole program together. Well, I promise you, we'd say that phone number again, Doris.
That's 510-834-2443. Call us. We need your support. We need your money. We need your time. Thank you again. Again, that number is 510-834-2443. Thank you so much.
Doris, Amanda, and Alex, you're doing a marvelous job. And the nice thing I can see by your smiling face is you love what you do.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And that's the ticket.
Yes.
So you're blessed to have a job that you can't wait to get to in the morning.
we see how much it helps the families.
That's
Absolutely.
wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you for joining us. And that's it.
each and every individual can do to assist FSBA in its goals. And again, its goals are really helping one family at a time. Is obviously what comes to mind is donations, volunteering with the organization itself.
Well, Family Support Services, or REMI program, is looking specifically for male mentors. We need them to come out of the woodwork because there's so many children who are of a male gender, as well as any donations and support that people may have. We need people to work as tutors, people to support our enrichment activities, as well as people coming to help us with our newsletters. So any type of effort that one might have, you need to check with the OREMI staff to see if it might be utilized. Though you may not be able to commit at the level of 2 hours per week, you might be able to do something that would be just as beneficial to support the program.
We could definitely use volunteers during our homework club component, which happens again on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 5:30. So that's an area where we could use some additional support so that we can maybe improve the adult to youth ratio, which will definitely intensify their experience here in the program.
One of the other things that you're also able to do, even in watching this video, is that pass this along and let other individuals know that there is an organization out there that is caring and nurturing for individuals and families, one family at a time, and we're looking for the success of our families. And I got to tell you is that the success of the family unit, our community, absolutely depends upon that, and it depends upon you to ensure that that is occurring.
So this is any program in the world that needs to be supported and to be recognized for compassion, loving kindness, extension of caring is the Family Support Group, because they go beyond the call.